What kind of clothes do you wear?
Where do you buy your clothes at? I want to know what type of clothing do you wear?
Polo, iceberg, Guess.
Pepe, Inichi, and Gap mostly. I wear mostly Gap.
I really wear more of a slash preppy slash, urban slash, everything. I don't really wear baggy jeans a lot or, things like that, like the do-rag, things like that. It looks a little ghetto.
I wear a lot of Express. I don't know. I don't really like Tommy and stuff like that. J. Crew or Express or and sometimes Gap and Old Navy or Banana Republic.
What you gotta say? Oh. She's a freak, then I'm a chief headbanger.
If it fits good, I'll wear it or I'll buy it. But I basically wear either Guess or Levi's or just like Baby Fat, some of the name brands that are in this store basically. Now, what kind of brand names do you like to wear, ma'am?
I don't prefer to wear brand names.
Okay, so what is it that you prefer to wear?
Prefer to wear anything that's red.
I like anything. I cop anything. Timberland, Guess. Anything regular. I ain't into all that Berg and Coogee and stuff, but I buy that too. It don't really matter to me as long as it's hot.
I go for the name brand. Let's see, Gap, Tommy Hilfiger. As you can see, got a perfect example. That's about it.
Timberland, Rockaway. Everything is ghetto, I rock it.
And I want to know what kind of clothes you wear.
I wear anything from South Pole to Guess to the Iceberg to Fubu, anything from there that's out right now, in the hip-hop community.
Why? Why?
Why? Because that's what I'm into, I'm not into that alternative rock, that punk look. I'm into the hip-hop scene.
Do you think hip hop and R&B and pop videos influence teenagers to buy?
A lot because you see JC, he's like with his clothes, Fat Farm, and all of that, and Son John. Of course they influence everybody because they cool, everybody wants to be like them, so that's why they wear it, they buy it.
Like Polo, Guess, Mecca. Yeah, that's about it right there.
Are you aware that the clothes that you buy are made in sweatshops overseas where the workers are paid 30 cents an hour's work?
Nah.
I wear Rockaway, I wear Coogee, I wear whatever's in style.
Are you aware that these clothes are made in sweatshops?
But of course,
And how do you feel about that?
somebody got to do it.
Yes, I am aware of it. I used to work in retail, and that was, among all the other issues that go along with working in retail, that was one of the points that didn't appeal to me. It was the fact that I'm directly involved in supporting sweatshops because I am helping to get the clothes out there to like mainstream society.
Are you aware that Gap clothes are made in sweatshops? Are you serious?
Yeah, I did a project like that too about sweatshops. It's not cool. They get paid little money for nothing.
So then why you wear your clothes?
I need it. I need to put something on my back.
Do you know what a sweatshop is?
Yeah, it's a shop where that's usually in underdeveloped countries where they would use mostly children or women, and they pay them next to nothing, and they work under really bad conditions.
Do you know what a sweatshop is?
Yeah, I know what a sweatshop is.
Maybe you think you could give me a little definition of what your idea of sweatshop is?
People that sweat and work hard for nothing, for really nothing.
What's up, Jessica? What you doing after school today?
Nothing, why?
I want you to come with me to the Bronx to meet these guys that I met the other night in the club.
All right, where you want to meet up?
I want you to meet me in front of my building like about 9 o'clock. But one thing, you can't go dressed like that.
What the hell is wrong with the way I'm dressed?
You have no name brand clothing on.
What the hell I gotta do with anything? You know where your clothes are made?
No.
Your
where?
name brand clothes, you know where they're made?
No.
They're made in sweatshops.
What the hell is that?
Can you define sweatshops for us?
Well, sweatshops are defined as any operation which violates wage and hour laws. But to flesh it out, sweatshops that we see around the world will typically be factories surrounded by barbed wire, 15-foot high cinder block walls, armed guards, and behind those locked metal gates you'll find young people. Anywhere from 16 to 25 working in these factories, almost all of them women. sometimes 12, 14-hour shifts under very abusive conditions. The technical definition is a violation of wage and hour laws and health and safety laws. But when you really put a human face on it, you find these are very young people, your age, working inside these factories, stripped of their rights, treated like animals, paid starvation wages, and living in misery. So that's the real sweatshop.
Do you think that it is wrong or right that young children or adults are working in sweatshops to make clothing and are making under minimum wage?
Definitely wrong. I saw that stuff on TV before.
How do you feel about it? How does it like make you feel?
Well, especially with kids, it's kind of sick because I saw the program, because I'm from England, and I was watching this program and there was this Indian little kids who were like 4 or 5. They weren't going to school, nothing. It's basically like slavery, really.
The workers go into the factories. To get a job in the factory, you have to undergo mandatory pregnancy tests. And if you test positive, you're fired. Now, again, we're talking about workers who are 60 years old, maybe up to about 25. 80% of the workers are women. So you have this complex that looks like a prison. You have people entering this factory. They're young teenage women. They go past these armed guards, these thugs, and they'll work maybe 12 hours a day, 10, 12 hours a day.
¿Qué tú haces? Eso no es así.
Pero señora,
¿Y
¿cómo
tú
lo
qué tú haces
quiere?
con estos pantalones? No son esos, son estos pantalones. Estúpida.
If you said that on this shirt, made in Chinese sweatshop, I don't think I'd buy it. Because I know that I'm paying like $20 for a shirt and some little kid's getting like a nickel to make it.
So how do you feel about that?
It's fucked up. I wouldn't want to get paid a nickel.
But by and large, you can use the bathroom twice a day in these factories, once in the morning shift and once in the afternoon shift. They don't want you drinking water, excuse me, because if you drink water, you're going to have to go to the bathroom. So you can drink water once a day during working hours, and you have to raise your hand, you get a ticket, you bring it to the guard at the sink, and you drink. These are samples of water right here from El Salvador. These factories made clothing for Gap and for Nike. We had them tested in laboratories. The bacterial content in this water is 429 times greater than allowable under international standards. There was human and animal fecal matter in the water. Doctors told us not even to wash with this water. Don't touch it, let alone drink it. So it deepens your image of a sweatshop when you realize that the workers are being given like filthy drinking water out of the tap. They won't give them purified drinking water.
You like to buy clothes, right?
Yeah, I love to shop. Yeah.
So where do you get your clothes at?
I buy a lot of my clothes at the Gap.
Are you aware that the sweatshop situation is going on and how much people are making the clothes for only like 30 cents?
I wasn't really aware of that. No.
Well, whenever you look at your clothes, don't you look at the tag in the back to see where it's made from?
Yeah, I do.
So some of them are from Thailand and Bangladesh and China and Russia. Don't you ever wonder the people who are doing your clothes are getting paid nothing?
I never thought about how much they got paid, no.
Iceberg shirt with ice along with it.
For example, in a Nike t-shirt, your job in 8.5 hours, which would be the regular time without the overtime, in 8.5 hours, your job would be to put on 2,000 sleeves. That's a sleeve every 15.8 seconds, straight for 8.5 hours. So every young worker is a specialist. You do the same motion over and over and over and over again. So it's total control over the workers' lives, and they're paid pennies. In El Salvador, the wage is 60 cents an hour. In Bangladesh, where I just came from, the wages are as low as 4 cents an hour in some places. It's really tragic. I've never seen any place as bad as Bangladesh.
I didn't think that sweatshops actually happened in New York, to be honest with you. I thought that they were overseas and in Taiwan and in Manila and Malaysia and all kinds of places like that.
Manhattan and Los Angeles are overrun with sweatshops. So the estimate is, and this is the U.S. government estimate from the Labor Department, that there are 7,000 apparel operations in New York. 4,500 of them are sweatshops. So you're talking 65% of all apparel produced in New York is produced in sweatshops, in conditions similar to sweatshops around the world. So you will find sweatshops in New York City which are every bit as bad as you will find in Bangladesh or in China or any other place.
we are the Student Committee Against Labor Exploitation scale, and what we